Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the State Champs Scout Show. This is the program for you, the recruiting enthusiast. We're covering Michigan, Indiana, Ohio recruiting, not just football, not just basketball. We try to get into some other sports as well. We've got a fantastic team that brings it to you each and every week. We also want to thank the former Michigan State quarterback and pro quarterback Ryan Van Dyke, who has another series in our Recruiting 101 segments. This week, he's going to be talking about things that turn off college coaches, so you're going to want to check that out. Let's begin.
Checking in from Indiana, this is Scott Bernstein. Westfield junior point guard Braden Smith scooped his first Division I basketball scholarship offer over the weekend when the University of Montana, out of the Big Sky Conference, put a bid on the table Saturday. Smith is a bulldog of a floor general who can score, distribute, and defend with equal lethality. His value as a recruit at the Division I level is off the charts, and expect more schools to offer him in the months to come. Last winter, Smith pumped in 18 points per game to add to his balanced stat line that also included 5 assists, 5 boards, and 2 steals a night. Belmont and Butler are 2 other Division I schools rumored to be ready to offer Smith a scholarship soon. Switching gears to the 8-1 Westfield football team, red-hot junior defensive end Popeye Williams keeps getting power conference offers. Nebraska and Tennessee both offered in the past couple days. Williams is a 6'3", 225-pound pass-rushing menace with an upside that rests on the moon and a slick, fundamentally sound skill set that has scouts salivating. So far this season, Williams has 40 tackles and 5 sacks. Penn State, Michigan State, and Wisconsin are said to be the frontrunners for his services at the next level. In other football recruiting news, Keontae Goodwin, arguably the number 1 offensive tackle in the state's junior class, received a Texas offer over the weekend. Goodwin is a 6'7", 345-pound monstrosity that transferred to Charlestown from Kentucky in the summer. Goodwin right now is said to be leaning towards either Ohio State or Alabama in his recruiting. From Indiana, this is Scott Bernstein.
Lauren planned to let you know we have 2 weekly football podcasts you should check out. State Champs Michigan's and State Champs Indiana's Extra Point. Both focus on the latest happenings in the sport of high school football in their respective states. It's a great listen, and check them out wherever you listen to your podcasts. Just search State Champs Extra Point.
This is Alan True with the latest in recruiting news from the state of Ohio. It was a big week for seniors making their college decisions. One was Akron-Holman safety A.J. Kirk, who committed to Michigan State. Kirk began his career at Dublin-Coffman as a heavily recruited prospect, but after missing his junior season, he has been back and having a strong season at Holman on both offense and defense. A physical run stopper with good ball skills, he is expected to play safety or a hybrid role for the Spartans. MSU head coach Mel Tucker coached Kirk's brother, Mike Doss, at Ohio State. Walnut Ridge defensive end Jamarius Dinkins committed to Kentucky. Dinkins is a 6'6", 270-pound defensive end and offensive tackle who is slated to play on the defensive side of the ball in college. He chose the Wildcats over Cincinnati, Michigan State, West Virginia, and Virginia, who were the other schools to make up his top 5. Kentucky has had good recruiting success in Ohio under Mark Stoops. Lynn Bowden, Benny Snell, George Asafo Ajay are all Ohio natives to be drafted out of UK in the last 2 NFL drafts. Huber Heights Wayne quarterback Cam Fancher made his college decision, giving a verbal commitment to Marshall. Fancher chooses the Thundering Herd over several other offers, including Fordham, Eastern Kentucky, and Georgia State. At 6'2", 190 pounds, he is an athletic dual threat. Fancher helped lead his Warriors team to the playoffs as a senior with a combination of making plays with his arm and feet. Middletown linebacker Cam Jr. gave a verbal to the Cincinnati Bearcats. He is a big in-state addition for Luke Fickell and his staff. West Virginia, Toledo, Pitt, and more were after the 6'1", 210-pound junior. A hard-hitting linebacker who can play sideline to sideline, Jr. had 88 tackles, 4 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles as a junior. His older brother EJ played briefly at Cincinnati, and the boy's father EJ played in the NFL for 12 years. That's it for recruiting news this week. I'm Alan True.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
Hi, this is Ryan Van Dyke with State Champs Network. I wanted to talk to you about 5 bad behaviors that may turn college coaches off. I'm going to lay them out for you. I'm going to talk a little bit about them. But the very first one is disrespect. All right? When you're talking with a coach or a coach is addressing you, all right, it's very important to maintain eye contact, keep the eye rolls out of there. Really take in what the coach is saying and obviously respect them for their position. They're your coach. You know, you're a player. You're supposed to listen to that person. They're in a position of authority. So with disrespecting someone, be it a coach, be it a trainer, be it a teacher, be it a parent, be aware of how you're acting, you know, not only with your words, but with your body language as well. You know, a picture speaks 1,000 words, and you know, if a coach saw you being disrespectful, that would be, you know, maybe a telltale sign that that's something to expect at the next level. Number 2 is temper. All right. I know all of us athletes are wired tight, and you know, we're competitive. You know, we want to win. We want to do the best that we can. And when those things don't happen, sometimes your temper will boil over. Okay, maybe spiking a ball or throwing a chair or a water bottle. Although that might feel like the right way to have an outlet, you also got to remember, I mean, if you're trying to be a next level athlete, like you're going to have lots of sets of eyes on you, and you're going to be representing those schools that you put the jersey on for. So trying to remain as composed as possible, be it if you were dealt a fair call or even an unfair call. It's really important to remember to keep your tempers at a minimum. Tune in next week and I'll give you the next 3 behaviors you need to avoid so you don't turn off college coaches. I'm Ryan Van Dyke with State Champs.
I'm Lauren Plant. Here's what's happening in Michigan. One of our Mr. Football candidates, Grand Rapids Catholic Center wideout Jace Williams, chose his collegiate destination last week, committing to the Miami of Ohio out of the Mid-American Conference. The 6'4" two-sport star chose the Redhawks, his most recent of 13 offers, over bids from larger conferences, including Indiana, Iowa, Michigan State, Kentucky, and Nebraska. With 3 catches for 22 yards in Catholic Central's 28-27 overtime win over Grand Rapids South Christian to clinch the OK Gold title on Friday, Williams now holds the career school records for receptions with 113, 9 yards shy of breaking the school's all-time receiving yardage record. His 42 career touchdown catches, 11 of them this season, are a school record, tied for 4th on the state's all-time list, just 3 shy of matching the state record 45 of Ithaca's J.T. Jones. Another Mr. Football candidate dropped the list of his top 7 schools last week, pacing the list down from 43 total offers. West Bloomfield's Donovan Edwards, one of the top running back recruits in the nation, put out his list of 7, which includes Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Michigan, Notre Dame, Penn State, and Oklahoma. Penn State and Michigan are the current homes of a number of former West Bloomfield teammates of Edwards, while Alabama, LSU, and Notre Dame have already grabbed top 5 recruits from Michigan in this recruiting cycle. Arizona State went through a slew of decommits from its 2021 class last week, including a pair of Wisconsin studs, as well as Southfield A&T's Caleb Banks. The 6'6", 255-pound defensive end ranked a 3-star prospect, while some of the others indicated their decisions were either mutual or generated by ASU pulling offers back. Banks said it was his own decision, allowing him to reopen his recruitment. In total, Banks has 31 offers, most from the Mid-American and Big Ten conferences, Michigan and Michigan State included, as well as Tennessee, Washington State, Kentucky, Louisville, Boston College, and others. Saginaw Heritage small forward Parker Day committed to Grand Valley over the weekend. The 6'7", 205-pound Day averaged 16 points, 13 boards, 4 assists, and 4 blocks for the Hawks as a junior, earning honorable mention All-State honors from the Associated Press. The Marvin sisters of Byron both made their college decisions last week, with All-State shot putter Becky Marvin choosing Tiffin and twin sister Sarah Marvin, the 2019 D3 champ in shot put and discus, picking the University of Michigan. An All-Stater in both basketball and track and field, Sarah Marvin last month narrowed her college choices to Stanford, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Tennessee, along with the Wolverines. That's what's happening in Michigan. I'm Lauren Plant. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for you this week. Make sure you tune in and make sure you subscribe to our State Champs Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's where you can get all the content that we're doing for each particular state. There's a lot of it. Go check it out. I'm Lauren Plant. We'll see you next week. State Champs Scout Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.